Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tennessee Park for today's game, including the team victory. And more athletics. Let's go ahead and get started for today's game. First for the visitors, team victory. Leading off, number 9, Scotty Piper. Batting second, number 6, Lazaro Tommy. Batting third, number 25, Reed Farrell. Batting fourth, number 24, Jose Vasquez. Batting fifth, number 19, Dylan to the lead. Batting sixth, number 3, Reed Even. Batting seventh, number 20, Michael Hogan. Batting eighth, number 40, Eddie Gutierrez. Batting ninth, number 15, Noah Hodgson. And the 40 pitcher for team victory, number 35, Big. Here's the lineup. And what? From Cal University of Liverpool. And second from University. Scott, number 14. And third from the University of Victory. Let's give it number 13. Nikki Woodman. And fourth, Cleveland Pierce University. Bateman, number 12. And fifth, out of Wilcox Community College. Bateman, number 21. Small. And sixth, from the University of Michigan. Field number 2. Hey. And seventh, the designated hitter out of Minnesota State University. Number 15. Fresno.
So looking for
Out of University. Second baseman. Number 10. Fresno State University. Number 33. Sir. And the sporting pick today for the Fresno A's, the right-hander, Fresno Pacific University, number 80. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good morning, everybody. This is Jared Smith, play-by-play announcer for the Fresno A's. Thank you for tuning in for game 2 of 6 straight at home this week. A's had a resounding victory, 16-2 yesterday against Team Victory, and they are certainly hoping to repeat just that today. Thankfully, we were able to get the broadcast up and running in time. I was in a massive traffic jam this morning on Highway 180 with an accident. But we were able to get everything together so we could bring you some athletics baseball. So taking a look at that lineup today, Tyson Miller will be leading off again. He's the center fielder, batting second. George Smith, the shortstop. Third, Mikey Ramirez is in left. He was in right yesterday. He has moved back to left. Luke Navad is back to cleanup, a place that's been familiar with him at the start of this year. He's the third baseman. Batting fifth, Parker Cristall at first base yet again. Luke Ree is the right fielder, batting sixth. Seventh, Scott Mitchell in his second game back from injury had a nice 2-for-4 day yesterday. Looking to continue that. He will just be the DH today, so no fielding for him. Focus in on just hitting. Batting eighth, Brian Sanders is at second base, getting to start after Gabe Casares started at second yesterday. And rounding out the lineup in ninth is Hayes Edens. He is behind the dish today at catcher. On the mound, starting for the Athletics, is a new face. Tyler Gonzalez pitches here locally at Fresno Pacific. This is his first game with the team. Technically was with the roster yesterday, but this is his first action with the Athletics this season. And just like that, we are ready to go. Piper, the leadoff hitter for Team Victory. He led off as well yesterday. He hits this one out to left center field. It's a gapper base hit. He's rounding for two. Is he going to be in there in time? Yes, throw is offline. Nice leadoff double for him and Team Victory. Well, that certainly didn't take long for Team Victory to get on the board there with the hit. Piper digs in at second base. Much better start for them today. Yesterday was just Fresno A's all the way. First pitch into the new batter. Kumatomi is in for a strike. Second pitch, this one's down 1-1. Kumatomi was not featured in yesterday's lineup, so first start for him in this series. 1-1 pitch from Gonzalez on the upper outside part of the plate, 1-2. 1-2 pitch is chopped over to the first base side. It gets through the 3-4 hole. That's a base hit. Piper held up to make sure he wasn't going to get doubled up if that was caught. So he gets to third base, and Kumatomi is at first. So look at that. 2 batters, 2 hits for team victory, and they are in business here early. So a little bit of early trouble here for Gonzalez in his debut with the Athletics. Runners on first and third, no out. First pitch to the new hitter is in for a strike. That is Farrell in there. Pitch number 2, swung on and missed in the dirt quickly. 0-2 to Farrell now. Strikeout would be great, but Athletics wouldn't mind a ball on the ground to turn 2. Gonzalez comes home, 0-2, smacked in between the 5-6 hole. That's in left field, base hit. That's going to score Piper, and the runners go station to station. Kumatomi on to second, Farrell to first with that single. Piper scores 1-0 here early for team victory. Three batters, 3 hits here for team victory. Great start for them today, and they certainly need it after yesterday's performance. First pitch in there is a ball, 1-0. New batter in there is Vasquez. Vasquez went 1 for 3 yesterday with a single. For second pitch in there in the dirt looked to be a slider that got buried, 2-0. Two 0 pitch on the outside part of the plate gets the call, 2-1. Swung on and missed there, and Gonzalez has battled back from 2-0 to 2-2. Gonzalez having a peek over at second, comes home, down the pipe, foul to the screen. We'll do it again on 2-2. Two. This one's inside, fouled out of play. 2-2 yet again. So after a couple foul balls, 2-2 remains the count. Gonzalez quickly checks on Kumatomi at first, but comes home with the breaker, swinging and miss, strikeouts. First out of this inning comes 4 batters in via the strikeout. Gonzalez's first of the game. And stepping in is Lee. Lee hits this one up the middle. Miller on the run for it. He catches it. Kumatomi tried to tag up and thought about going, but heads back to second. So runners stay put. And just like that, 2 down in this inning.
And number 3,
Gaiman stepping in now for Team Victory, sixth batter in this lineup. Take a look at his day yesterday. He was 0 for 2, did get on base via the walk. First pitch he sees here is a strike. Oh, 1 pitch is chopped towards the second baseman Sanders. It gets through him. Runner coming home, and he's going to score. Boy, that looked to be pretty routine there, but Sanders was unable to come up with that one, and a runner ends up scoring from second on that. 2-0 here, Team Victory after that error at second base. So Vasquez gets the second. Gaiman settles in at first, reaching on an error. 2-0 is the score. Strike called there on the first pitch. New batter is Hogan. He was in the lineup yesterday. He was batting third, now has moved down to seventh, and he was 0 for 3 yesterday, striking out once. This one chopped up the middle. Redemption for Sanders. He gets it, touches second base for the force out. That's the end of this inning. A much better start for Team Victory here. They put up 2 on the board in the top of the first. And A's have some work to do here early as they head to the bottom of the first.
They save the first space. So number 8 in Murphy Dangerfield. Senior Gibbler, number 4, 6, he wants it. All
right, A's first at-bats of the game. They quickly find themselves down 2-0 after that 2-run inning for Team Victory. First pitch to Miller is bunted, but right at the pitcher. Makes the throw on over to first, and that is out number 1. Miller tried stealing one there with his speed, getting the bunt down, but right at the pitcher, that was pretty routine. So quickly, with 1 pitch, 1 down, George Smith, the shortstop, digging in. First pitch he sees is a strike, 0-1. Looking at Smith's day yesterday, started out things with a walk, but was caught stealing in the first. Had 3 straight walks, actually, in his first 3 at-bats, but then after that, had a single and a double. He quickly finds himself down 0-2 here in his first at-bat of this game. 0-2 pitch, just a little upstairs, 1-2. Pitcher on the mound for Team Victory is Tyler Biggs, and his pitch is a ball 2-2. Biggs certainly looking to keep the game more competitive for Team Victory here today. The starting pitcher yesterday for them, Flores, as this one's fouled back 2-2. Flores walked 10 of the 13 batters that he saw and ended up getting the early yank. Sometimes you can get around walks, but with that many walks, that's just not going to result in a victory, as we saw yesterday. This one's fouled into the A's dugout 2-2 yet again. Back-to-back foul balls. We'll see what happens here. That's back-to-back-to-back foul balls. Back to the screen, 2-2 it remains. So three-peat of foul balls there by George Smith. Let's see what happens this time. Yanked way outside to the screen. Certainly would have hit me if the screen wasn't there. We're thankful for that. 3-2 is now the count, and George Smith is battling here. Mikey Ramirez comes in frame to give some extra balls to the umpire. George Smith back in the box for the payoff pitch. Up the middle, skied out to right field. The center fielder's on the run for it, though. He's got it, and that is 2 down for the Athletics. Two up, 2 down here for the Athletics. Mikey Ramirez, the left fielder, digging in. He was lower in the lineup to start out things in the year, but through consistent hitting, he has elevated up to the 3 spot. First pitch he sees is a strike, 0-1. Taking a look at Mikey's day yesterday, he was 1 for 3, had himself an RBI single, and also walked a couple times, scored twice. Second pitch of this at-bat he sees is a ball, 1-1. Pitch number 3 is a dribbler over to the A's dugout. So down in the count, 1-2. Team Victory 1 pitch away from hanging a goose egg on the Athletics here. That's only something they were able to do just once yesterday as the A's just kept scoring and scoring and scoring, inning by inning. After that ball, it is 2-2 to Ramirez. Biggs is set. Pitch on the way, rings him up down the pipe. Mikey must have been sitting off speed. That was right down the pipe, out, and 1, 2, 3, down goes the Athletics in this inning. Great start here for Team Victory, and they're coming back up with their at-bats in the top of the second, looking to expand on that lead. We're back with the top of the second, 8-9-1 due up here for team victory. First batter being Gutierrez. He was batting fourth yesterday for the team, had himself a double, and ended up scoring the first run for the team. First pitch he sees chopped over to the shortstop, Smith. Actually, Luke Navad got that one. Cut it off in front of George Smith and made a twirling throw on the run. Nice play there, 1 out. All right, 1 pitch, 1 out here, and the 9-batter Jaquez coming up for team victory. First pitch he sees, he takes 4 strikes. Jaquez was the 7th batter in the lineup yesterday, going 0 for 3. Second pitch he sees, catches the outside part of the plate, strike 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Gonzalez, chopped to George Smith at short. Fires it over to first in time for out number 2. Two quick groundouts here in the inning. Already 2 down here for team victory. And coming up is the leadoff hitter, top of the lineup, Scotty Piper. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball that goes down low, 1-0. Piper led things off last inning with a double and scored the first run of this ball game. Takes that down 2-0. Gonzalez's pitch is swung on foul, back to the screen. Piper is very fidgety in that batter's box, staying loose, moving around. He takes that pitch, 3-1. 3-1 pitch, catches the outside corner, 3-2. Umpire has certainly been awarding that outside pitch thus far. So from 3-1 to 3-2, and Gonzalez tries that outside pitch yet again. Piper slaps that one foul. Yet again, 3-2 chopped. This one foul down the first base path. Yet another 3-2 on the way. This one swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate. And that'll do it. 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Gonzalez. Much better than how it went last inning for him. And the A's coming back up, bottom of the second, looking to rebound after getting down too early.
The third baseman,
All right, 4-5-6 due up in the bottom of the second. Luke Navad leaves things off, the third baseman who made a very nice play on a ground ball for the first out of the top of the second. First pitch he sees there, he takes for a strike, 0-1. Navad had a couple at-bats in yesterday's game. Had himself a single in the first, cashed in an RBI, reached on air in the second, and walked in the third. After that, he was subbed out for Brian Sanders. 1-1 count to him. Pitch is upstairs, but called strike, 1-2. Must have scraped just the top of the zone there. One-two pitch on the way on the outside part of the plate, but this one's called a ball. Biggs looked like he wanted that one, but no go from the umpire. As mentioned, we've seen the umpire award that outside part of the plate a few times early, but not on that pitch. Comes inside this time with 2-2 and misses for a ball. 3-2. Biggs' payoff pitch upstairs. Did Navad hold up his swing? Umpire says no. And that is a strikeout here to start things out. So back-to-back strikeouts spanning across the end of the first and beginning of the second inning for Biggs. Parker Crystal, the fifth hitter at first base today, digging in. Takes a ball 1-0. Had two walks to start things off yesterday and had himself an RBI double. Chops this one foul, 0-1-1. Cristal has continued to get on base here for the Athletics. Very impressive on base percentage to start things out this season. And can't exactly say that it's just starting things out. It is technically, but this is game 15 of 44, so it's not like we're in the single digits anymore. He has continually gotten on base. Swing and a miss, though, that time. He will not be on base. He is marching back to the dugout. So back-to-back strikeouts in this inning for Biggs, 3 in a row across the two innings. And Luke Ree stepping in. He had the day off yesterday. Now he finds himself in the sixth hole in right field, his normal position as the last week and a half. He was in center field prior to Tyson Miller coming with the team, and once that happened, Tyson took over center field and Ree moved over to right. First pitch Reese's is a ball, 1-0. Here comes pitch number 2 up in the zone, called strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, 1-2. Biggs is looking like he is getting himself into another gear right now. Got some good swing and miss stuff right now. Tries to paint the outside corner. That's a no-go on that one, 2-2. Athletics having a tough time squaring anything up right now. 2-2 pitch upstairs. Good discipline there from Marie to work the count full. This one upstairs, and Ree works himself a walk. First base runner for the Athletics in this game. And Scott Mitchell to DH will look to do something about getting Rhee around the bases. Mitchell had himself a good first game in return after pulling a muscle earlier in the season. He went 2 for 4 yesterday. First pitch he sees upstairs, ball 1. This one yet again way up high, 2-0. We talked about how Mitchell was batting well yesterday in his return. He was batting well in general, but this one's chopped to shortstop, force out at second that ends the inning. But to finish my point, Mitchell was batting very well to start things off this season before he had his setback with the muscle pull. But on that one, he grounds out. Inning is done for the Athletics on offense, and they are still down 2-0 as we head to the top of the third. Top of the third, team victory back up to bat, and it's going to be 2-3-4 for them. Kumatomi up in the plate, the lefty. First at bat, he singled. First pitch of his at bat is a strike. Pitch number 2 popped up into shallow left field. Ramirez on the run for it. He's got it, 1 down. Quickly 1 out there, and Farrell coming up now. Farrell as well singled to start things off in the first. That was 3 straight hits for team victory. First pitch he sees in his at-bat is a ball. Pitch number 2 is a strike. Looked to be off speed. That just caught the outside part of the plate. 1-1. This one up in the zone and sent right back to Gonzalez through the middle part of the field. Base hit for Farrell, and he is 2 for 2 to start out today. So with 1 out, runners on first. Jose Vasquez stepping in. He struck out in his first at bat. First pitch to him, dotted for a strike, 0-1. Back in Gonzalez. comes home. This one up the middle. Looks like it'll drop in for another base hit. Yes, it does. Miller's throw to second to hold the base runners, and runners on first and second now, one out. Team Victory piecing together some base hits today. Dramatic change from yesterday, and they must be feeling good about that. So with that, now Lee is going to dig in with an opportunity to drive in yet more runs here. Sanders really close to second, just in case Gonzalez decides to pick off. First pitch into Lee, swung on and missed, 0-1. Lee is 0 for 1 first time up. He flew out to center field. Second pitch to him is chopped down the third base line. It is foul. So Lee digs back in after that hard yet foul ball there. 0-2 in the hole. Gonzalez takes a peek over at second base, but doesn't throw over. 0-2 pitch is popped up to Sanders. He calls for it. He's got it. 2 down.
Now,
2 down now. Runners remain at first and second, and Yeaman coming up for Team Victory. He grounded to the second baseman Sanders, but that error ended up seeing him go to first base and cash in a run in Kumatomi, who came in all the way from second base on a ground ball in the infield. First pitch for Yeaman, he fouls it to the third base side, 0-1. Gonzalez takes another peek at second base, but Farrell doesn't look to be getting too big of a lead. He doesn't look like he'll be going anywhere. 0-1 pitch from Gonzalez is chopped up the middle. Sanders backhand pick tosses it over to second base for the force out. Good play there for Sanders, and that'll be the end of the inning. So a couple base runners there for Team Victory, but unable to scratch across more runs. Score remains 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the third.
ladies and gentlemen, our third game is on the main platform and ready to start preview this morning. We'll take you on down for the main platform, and the third way to do tonight is this. Here, here's the one. And then the eighth for Fresno. As Franklin Pierce University, the second baseman, number 9.
On third, Brian Sanders leading things off at the plate after making a very slick play there for the force out to end things in the top of the third. Sanders back in the lineup after Casada has got the start yesterday. Swing and a miss here for him, 0-1. It's been a rough go for Sanders here in his opening games of the 2025 season with the Athletics. This one chopped foul, 0-2. But yes, this is his sixth game of action and only one hit in those games thus far. Biggs' set 0-2 pitch is on the way up in the zone, but he gets rung up looking in the top part of the zone. One down. So after that quick strikeout on 3 pitches, the 9-hole hitter, Hayes Eaton's digging in. First pitch he sees is up in the zone, 0-1. Second pitch, way up and in. He lays off of it. This 2-0 pitch upstairs yet again, 3-0, and favorable count for Edens. Edens was the DH in yesterday's lineup, had himself a single. This one is chopped towards third base, who scoops it up, throws it over to first in time for out number 2. So Edens had the green light on a 3-0 count, but it results in a ground out. Quick 2 up, 2 down here, and rotating to the top of the lineup for the A's, it is Tyson Miller. First time up, he tried to squeeze in a bunt single, but went right to the pitcher Biggs, who made a routine throw over to first for the first out of this ball game. One 0 count to Miller here. Pitch number 2 on the way is chopped to the left side of the field. First baseman gets it over to Biggs, who covers nicely. Good baseball there with the pitcher realizing he had to go cover first with the first baseman Gutierrez on the move. And that is another 1-2-3 inning for victory here. So game moving by pretty quick here. We go to the top of the fourth. Victory still up 2-0, looking to extend that lead. Calvin Forest team victory up to bat after a quick 1-2-3 inning of work on defense. It's going to be 7-8-9. Hogan leading things off here. His first at bat, he grounded out to second base. And his first swing of this new at bat, he swings and misses 0-1. Gonzalez's 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. Gonzalez has given up 5 hits so far through 3 innings of work. That resulted in 2 runs in the first, but has settled down quite nicely here. 2-1 count for Hogan, now 3-1 as that ball misses downstairs. Lots of hits here early on, but no walks yet issued from Gonzalez, but he is 1 pitch away from doing so. And he does on that pitch. Looks like it missed just low in the zone. So leadoff base runner here for team victory on the walk. Eddie Gutierrez steps in now. He is 0 for 1 on the day, ground out to third base. First pitch to him is called strike 0-1. Gonzalez taking a couple looks over at Hogan at first. Comes home 0-1 in the dirt, good block by Edens. Gonzalez is 1-1, chopped in the infield. Navad fields it, throws it over to first to get the only out that he has. He gets it.
An idiot.
So 1 down there, ground out for Gutierrez, but he moves the runner Hogan over to second. 1 down, and the 9-hole hitter Jaquez coming up. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. First time up for Jaquez. He grounded out to George Smith at short. Pitch number 2, chopped, hits him foul, 0-2. It's quick 0-2 here. No force for the double play in play as Hogan's at second. Sanders over at second looking to cover for a potential pickoff as this one's hit into shallow center field. George Smith able to corral it, and Hogan had to quickly retreat to second base there to avoid getting doubled up.
Yeah.
2 outs now. Hogan remains at second. Back to the top of the lineup, it is Scotty Piper. Had himself a leadoff double in the first and struck out in the second. First pitch he sees fouled into the stands, 0-1. Pitch in the dirt there. Good block for Edens, 1-1. One pitch in the dirt, 2-1.
whatever you said, he squared.
Hitters count here for Piper, looking to drive in Hogan at second. This one's way upstairs. Nothing that Piper's going to do with that one. Lays off 3-1. Gonzalez set, Smith faking over towards second for a cover. This one's chopped foul, hits Piper in the box. 3-2, full count. Full count here for Gonzalez and Piper. Gonzalez is set from the stretch, comes home. That one misses upstairs, though. Second free pass issued of this inning. Runners on first and second now. So with 2 outs, Team Victory is looking to stretch that lead out here. It's going to be Kumatomi up in the box here for Team Victory. A little bit of trouble here for Gonzalez, but any ball in the ground ball, that is, in the infield could be forced out at third, second, or first. First pitch, outside part of the plate, but misses. Encouragement from the Athletics dugout on that pitch. They like the location of that one. Competitive pitch, but Kumatomi stays patient and takes it for a ball. This one smacked out to center field, but Miller's under it, and that is going to end the inning. So a couple of walks here, get some base runners on the bases, but Athletics able to get out of that one. Scott 3-0 runs still on the board for them, though, and they're going to try and change that and take the lead here going into the bottom of the fourth.
So 14, Lord, fifth.
Hayes bats have been silent so far. No hits in this game. Only one base runner via the walk. That was Lukery in the second. And George Smith steps in for the bottom of the fourth, looking to change that. First pitch he sees is a curveball, but misses 1-0. Biggs having a nice day on the mound for Team Victory. Much needed after yesterday. This time, Biggs with the straight stuff paints the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Smith 0 for 1 so far today. He flew out to the center fielder. Swung on and missed. Biggs challenged him inside and wins that battle on that pitch, 1-2. 1-2 pitch fouled into the stands. Quick pause there for Biggs on the mound. He gets reset here, back on the rubber. Smith back into the box as well. Well, there's another pause. I don't know. Awkward pauses there, but now we're good to go. Biggs is set. So is Smith in the box. Smith grounds this one up the middle, off of Biggs' glove. Shortstop bare hands it, throws it over to first, but not in time. So that was a quick comebacker to Biggs that was unable to wrangle it. Bounced off the heel of his glove, and that will result in an infield single, first hit of the game for the Athletics. Leadoff single is just what the doctors ordered here for the Athletics, and Mikey Ramirez looking to get Smith around those bases. First pitch chopped over to the shortstop, who throws it to second on the first, not in time. Force out at second. Smith is out, but Ramirez will be safe at first. So quick little fielder's choice there on one pitch. Ramirez takes first, Smith out. Luke Navad digging in now. Navad 0 for 1 so far, struck out on a check swing in the second inning. First pitch to him, yet another check swing, but this one gets his bat foul against the screen 0-1. Biggs is 0-1 on the way up in the zone. Called strike. Looked to be pretty high, but umpire awards that one to Biggs, and Navad quickly down 0-2. There's some action going on in the A's bullpen. It is a lefty. Ramirez on the move, hit and run there, but looks like center fielder's going to be under it. So Mikey Ramirez is retreating back to first base. So 2 down here. Long fly out for Navad out to center field. Keeps only one runner on base. 2 outs now. Parker Cristall, the first baseman, digging in here for the Athletics. First time he was up was a strikeout. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Biggs so far in 3 2/3 innings of work. Spikes this one in the dirt. Ramirez on to second, and throw down. Not in time. He is safe. So 1-0 will be the count to Cristall now. And Ramirez at second. So runner in scoring position for Cristall to drive in the first run of this game for the Athletics. 1-0 pitch up in the zone, drops in just in time for the called strike. 1-1. Catcher calls for time. Little conference here with Biggs on the mound. Infielders coming in as well. Catcher waves off the infielder, said he just wanted it. Well, now Biggs is coming home, wants to clarify something with the catcher. Second baseman had a few parting words there for Biggs. Now back to his position. So after that quick intermission, Biggs is set now. Cristall in the batter's box awaiting the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. Well, thinking of the lefties that we have on the roster, as this one is skied in the sky, but it's going to be foul in the team victory dugout. 2-2. Let's go back to what I was going to say. Thinking of the lefties we have active today from the bullpen, it is either going to be Cal Noonan or Dylan Whiteman that will be coming in for the Athletics if that pitcher does in the top of the 5th. 2-2 pitch, way inside. Count goes full to Crystal. Count full to Crystal. Biggs is set. Ramirez at second. Here comes the pitch upstairs. Ball 4. Good at bat there for Crystal. He takes first base. Second walk issued by Biggs on the day. First walk being this guy coming up, Luke Reed, the right fielder for the Athletics. Big spot here for him to drive in some runs. 2-out hitting could be so crucial in a team coming out on top. This one is fouled into the seats, 0-1. Catcher sets up on the outside part of the plate. This one's low and outside, gets the call, even though the catcher dropped the pitch. So Ree is quickly in an 0-2 hole here. Imagine he'll look to shorten up his swing and just try and get some contact instead of driving any sort of pitch. Biggs is set, one pitch away from being out of this little jam here in the bottom of the 4th. Way up and in. Ree able to hold that bat. 1-2. 1-2 pitch, curveball blasted up high in the air. Shortstop is under it. He's got it. And team victory is out of this inning. So, yet again, no runs for the Athletics. They are scoreless. Team victory up 2-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. Top of the fifth, Victory back up to bat. 2 runs in the first, but nobody has scored since. So still the same score. Leading off here is Farrell.
What?
First pitch to him swung on and missed into the catcher's glove. 0-1. Farrell 2 for 2 today. He has 2 singles. Make that 3 as this gets over George Smith's head. Base hit. 3 for 3 for Farrell today, all 3 being singles. George Smith leapt as much as he could to try and get that one, but just over his glove. New pitcher to report here as well. It's Dylan Whiteman, the lefty, as he comes home with his first pitch to the new batter, strike. Two-seamer misses outside, 1-1. Dylan Whiteman is facing off against Vasquez here, who had a single in the third inning. Off speed, swung on and missed at his toes, 1-2. Whiteman comes over to first base to check on the base runner Farrell. He is safe. Taking a quick look at Tyler Gonzalez's day since Whiteman has come in. Book is closed on 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. One of them were earned, and had himself a pair of strikeouts and walks. Edens with a nice pick there to keep it in front of him. 2-2 the count. Runner going here on Whiteman's pitch. Edens down to second. Bounces in the dirt. Sanders unable to dig it. So Farrell's in safe to second with a stolen base. Full count now to Vasquez. Bold base run in there from Farrell. Looks like he was off, while Whiteman still could have made the move over to first base, but it pays off. This one fired up the middle. Sanders tried to leap for it, can't get it into center field. Miller fields it, throws it in to home plate. Edens fields it up. Base runners on the corners here, and still no outs. Team Victory staying active on those base paths through these innings, unable to score in the last couple, but great opportunity for them to do so now with a runner 90 feet away. Lee is the new batter here for Team Victory. First pitch downstairs, 1-0. Lee has 2 flyouts on the day, 1 to center field and 1 to second. Whiteman comes home, gets the up and outside part of the zone there, 1-1. And with base runners on the corners, we'll keep an eye on Vasquez to see if he'll try and run down to second. We've seen this scenario multiple times already this season with somebody trying to steal, catcher throws down to second, and then the runner comes home to score from third. Crystal watches this one momentarily, but knows he can't get it. It's out of play, 1-2. Whiteman taking a peek over at first, comes home. Sounded like a broken bat. Sanders pitch over to Smith at short. Over to first, 2 outs there. Good double play there for the Athletics defense, but it does result in a run. Farrell comes in to score 3-0 now, team victory. After that double play, bases are cleared. And coming up to the plate's Yeaman. First pitch he sees is down low, ball 1. Yeaman 0 for 2 today, did reach on an error in the first inning and grounded out to the second baseman in the third. Whiteman comes back with a strike there, 1-1 now to Yeaman. In the dirt, umpire says, yes, you did. Didn't even check for an appeal. 1-2. 1-2 pitch way outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss there. Whiteman gets the final out of this inning himself. Yeaman strikes out, end of the top of the 5th inning. We're halfway home here, and Team Victory able to scratch across another run. They are up 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, Athletics back up to bat, looking to get the first runs of their ball game going. First batter is Scott Mitchell. He takes a strike, 0-1. This one skied up in the air. Right fielder's sitting under it. He's got it, 1 down. Quickly 1 down here after that fly out to right. Brian Sanders stepping in now as the second batter of this inning. First time up for him. He struck out looking. Had an error in the first inning, but has since then made up for that with some nice plays in the infield. He was a part of that double play in the top half of this inning that did result in a team victory run, but did get 2 outs. 1-0 is the count to him. Now it's 2-0 as this breaking ball's in the dirt. Biggs is still on the mound seeking his 5th inning of work. It's been a good start for him. He's only allowed 1 hit here in this ball game, 2 walks. Sanders quickly in a good count for him, 3-0. We've seen Athletics be aggressive on the 3-0 pitch here early in this ball game, but has not worked out in their favor. This time he watches that one go by, called strike 3-1. Misses outside, ball 4 for Sanders. Good walk there, worked by him as the Athletics will take whatever base runners they can get in this one. Hayes Eden stepping in now. He's the catcher for the Athletics. 9-hole hitter. He grounded to third base in his first at bat. We'll see him commonly rotate between DH and the catcher spot. Julian Rodriguez was getting the start at catcher yesterday, and Eden's was DH, but now he is in the field for today's game. First pitch that he saw was a strike. Second one way upstairs, and he's able to avoid that one just in time to avoid getting hit 1-1. This 1-1 pitch drops in for a strike. Looked to be a changeup, 1-2. Biggs looking for that ground ball double play here. He's not going to get it on this one. It's Sky down the left field line. And a little bit of confusion with the fielders, but shortstop ends up corralling that one. There was 3 fielders in the vicinity of that one. The third baseman, the left fielder, and then the shortstop. Left fielder was, or third baseman was backpedaling on that one. Looked to be like there could have been a chance of that one dropping in, but shortstop took control, called everyone off, and made the play. So that one was hit too shallow for Sanders to advance. He remains at first. So 2 down now, and the top of the lineup is up in the form of Tyson Miller. He takes strike 1. Miller 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts, but has been a reliable hitter for the Athletics thus far. Pitch number 2 called strike. That one looked to be really high. Miller didn't like that one. Neither did the Athletics dugout. That one looked to be above the letters of the jersey, which is usually a ball every single time. But not that time. He hits this one down to the first baseman, gets by him into the corner. That's going to be extra bases here for Miller. And coming around to score, Sanders, no, puts on the brakes. There we go. 2-out double for Miller in an 0-2 count as well. Great hitting from him there. Runners on second and third now for the Athletics. First time they've had a base runner on third base. And they're going to look for some more 2-out hitting here in the form of George Smith, who did single his last time up. Biggs in a little bit of a jam here. 2 outs helps him out. This one is hit foul, 0-1. But yeah, a little bit of a jam here. Runners on second and third. Anything put in play by George Smith for a base hit will likely cash in too, because Miller can fly around those base paths. It is worth noting George Smith has hit a home run in this season so far, and wouldn't it be a heck of a time for him to do so now? Pitch outside, 1-1. Biggs is 1-1 on the way, swung on and missed. George Smith was out in front of that changeup 0-2 or 1-2. Loud bangs coming from right field with that construction. This one's laced into the outfield. Left fielder catches it, base hit, and Sanders in to score. Here comes Miller, throws off line. He scores. Smith tries to swim over the tag, but he is out. But doesn't matter. Those 2 runs came in to score before Smith was tagged out at second. So huge 2-out piece of hitting there from Miller and Smith as 2 runs are cashed in on that RBI single from George Smith, but he gets tagged out for the 3rd out of the inning. Just what the Athletics needed, 2 runs in this inning. They're still down 1, but they're only rolling 1 actually. Nope, there's 2. Yeah, Miller came in to score before George Smith was tagged out, so that is 2 runs there. And Athletics very much back in this ball game as we head to the top of the 6th. As I was mentioning, we are back in the top of the 6th inning. But as I was mentioning, there's a lot of construction going on in right field behind the scoreboard. Really unsure what's going on. You might be able to see some of the construction equipment in frame here. But anyways, it's been some loud noises coming from there. This one's flied out to center field. Tyson Miller ropes it in, 1 down.
FPI!
My whole point being with mentioning the construction is I'm curious if that's ever distracting to the outfielders out there, pitchers, whatever it may be. Didn't seem to be for Miller there as he wrangled that one in. Easily 1 down now. So after Hogan's fly out, there's a first pitch strike to the new batter Gutierrez. Second pitch, skied out to right field. Ree is already under it. He's got it secured. 2 down. Whiteman quickly getting through the bottom of the lineup here with 2 flyouts. And he'll be facing the bottom of the lineup. Jaquez coming up for team victory. He is 0 for 2 today. Ground out to short and a fly out to short. Whiteman's first pitch swung on out in foul territory 0-1. The 1 pitch had some depth on it, missed low, 1-1. Whiteman in his windup 1-1 pitch, slider misses in the dirt, 2-1. Top of the lineup is on deck here with Scotty Piper. Has himself a double and a walk on the day. This one's hit out to right field. Ree has to jog for it slightly, gets it, and 3 up, 3 down here for Whiteman in the top of the 6th inning. Good work from him. All outs coming on flyouts, and just like that, A's are back up to bat, looking to cash in some more runs and take their first lead of the game. Bottom 6, this game moving by pretty quickly, actually. We are just getting to the hour and a half mark of game time. First batter here for the Athletics is Mikey Ramirez. First pitch he takes is a ball. This one swung on, foul, 1-1. Mikey 0 for 2 today, struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. This one sails way upstairs, 2-1. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Team Victory, but unable to get his number at the moment. Fouled yet again from Ramirez, out of play, 2-2. There we go. We got ourselves a number. It is number 22, Anthony Estrada. Estrada misses with that one outside. Ramirez has worked the count full. So Day is done 4 bigs as this one's grounded up the middle. Second baseman was shaded towards the first baseman, and that costs him as it gets by him into the outfield. Leadoff single here for Ramirez. But taking a look at Biggs' day, he was nearly scoreless, but 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th put up crooked numbers on him. But 5 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Solid afternoon for him. New batter's Luke Navad, who swings hard and misses on that one, 0-1. This one misses way outside. Catcher's wise to pop out of his stance to catch that one, as Ramirez would have easily had second if it got by him. So 1-1 is the count here. Pitcher coming home tries an off speed that does not quite bend. Back in the zone, 2-1. Two one pitch on the way called strike. Count evens up 2-2 to Nevada. Excuse me, folks. Sorry. Still battling a cold. Anyways, that pitch missed for a ball, 3-2 full count. Vaught is 0 for 2 today, struck out, and he's flew out to center field. Full count, Ramirez on the move, chopped, but this one is foul. We'll do it again, 3-2. Yeah, speaking of the cold, sorry for any sniffling or anything you've heard throughout this broadcast. Swing and a miss there from Luke Nevada. He is out, first out of this inning. So one down, Ramirez remains at first base. Parker Crystal digging in for the Athletics. He is 0 for 1, struck out in the second inning, but walked in the fourth. Ramirez watching his lead over there. There he goes down to second and throws way offline, but second baseman able to clean that up before it went into the outfield. Bit of an awkward sequence there. That pitch was way low and inside. Catcher had to try and pop up, make a good throw out of it, but that low and inside throw basically got his body out of line and sent it towards the left side of the second baseman. Another ball to Crystal. He is in a 2-0 count here. Hard swing from Crystal there, but barely gets a piece of it. Fouls back to the Grizzlies logo, 2-1. Crystal calls time here. We'll reset here. Ramirez already with a healthy lead without the pitcher even being set. Now he is. Comes home 2-1 upstairs. Ball 4, actually. I got deked from the scoreboard there. So ball 4. Oh. Okay, so I was right on the count. It was 2-1, but Crystal's claiming that he got hit on the hand or the wrist. Umpire's not buying it. So back to the plate he comes, but 3-1 will be the count. Crystal digging back in after he thought he had first base. Estrada coming home 3-1. This one misses, and officially this time he has first base. All right, runners on first and second, one out here for the A's. Threatening to score here and tie things up, perhaps even take the lead. Luke Ree is the new batter. Coach Wyatt Featherston calling out signs from the dugout for what he wants his players to do. Ree consults with the card, and this one's a double steal, and Ramirez is safe at third. So Ree was taken all the way on that one, and it pays off as both runners swipe the bags. And now there are two runners in scoring position. 2 stolen bases this trip around the bases for Mikey Ramirez. Chopped into the infield. Third baseman has it. He's coming home, and he's got Mikey Ramirez out. Good play by him. Must be said, usually the going knowledge with baseball players and coaches is taught that you do not run to home when a ground ball is hit to third base when you are the base runner on third base. That time, Ramirez risked it for the biscuit, tried to come home, and it did not pay off as he is thrown out at home. With that, Crystal's at third, Ree's at first with the fielder's choice. And there are 2 outs, but this one's ripped through the 5-6 gap. Base hit. Scott Mitchell has himself an RBI. Good piece of hitting there for him. Clutch 2-out hitting. He sees the first pitch, squares it up out to left field, and this ball game is tied 3-3. That'll bring up Sanders now. First pitch he sees, there's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. And he is 0-1 himself on the day, struck out looking, but walked in the 5th inning, and he scored the first run for the Athletics this game. Second pitch he sees, swing and a miss, 0-2. Pulling his head on that one for sure. This one chopped foul. Count will remain 0-2. Estrada coming home 0-2. This one misses outside 1-2. Bree is quick to get off of second base and establish a lead here. We'll see if he plans on moving. Estrada coming home. Ree stays. This one's grounded past the shortstop. It's a base hit. Here comes Ree. He's coming home. Throw is offline, and that is the lead for the Athletics. Clutch 2-out hitting here. Sanders coming through with his second hit of the year, and it gets the A's a 4-3 lead. This one is popped up into shallow center field. The center fielder's under it. He's got it. That does end this inning, but not before the Athletics put up 2 runs here with some clutch 2-out hitting, and they have taken the lead 4-3. Good ball game we have here as we go to the top of the 7th. All right, top seven after the Athletics take the lead in the bottom of the sixth with 2 runs. They're up 4-3. But Team Victory looking to bounce back as they got the top of the lineup up. And Piper bunts this one. Very nice bunt, and Whiteman unable to come up with that one barehanded and throw it over. Leadoff bunt single for Piper. Well executed bunt there to get the leadoff batter on base. Just like that, Team Victory looking to answer back to those 2 runs in the bottom of the sixth. Piper quickly gets out to a decent sized lead there, but Whiteman comes home first pitch called strike 0-1. Kumatomi is the batter. He is 1 for 3, single in the first scored, but a couple of flyouts thereafter. Whiteman quickly checks over on Piper, almost throws that one away. Good jump from Crystal to keep that one in the infield. This time, Whiteman comes home, pitch outside, 1-1. Whiteman's 1-1 pitch on the outside part of the plate called strike. Kumatomi didn't seem to agree with that one. See if Whiteman tries to exploit the outside part of the zone here to get a swing and a miss to try and cover the outside part, or just another strike looking. He does go outside. This one slapped to George Smith at second, who rolls it to Sanders over to first, gets by Crystal, so that's going to be a fielder's choice. But ball gets into the dugout or goes out of play, so that is going to be second base for Kumatomi. So Piper was out at second there, but Kumatomi will take his place off of that bad throw, trying to roll 2. This one skied into shallow right field. Sanders on the run, Ree on the run. Who has it? It's Ree, who will gobble up the second out of this inning. Kumatomi stays at second base. It's 2 down now, runner in scoring position for the cleanup hitter, Vasquez. He has gotten a single in his last 2 at-bats, 2 for 3 overall on the day. Whiteman's first pitch to Vasquez in the dirt, ball 1. Second pitch this at bat is at his feet, 2-0. Loud noises coming from the construction site here. But here comes Whiteman's 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed into Eden's glove, 2-1. Couple of people at the Athletics bullpen here just stretching. We'll see if they end up warming up somebody and throwing on the mound. Good block there from Edens to keep it in front of him and keep Kumatomi at second base. But with that ball, 3-1 is the count. Favorable count here for Vasquez. Whiteman taking a peek over at second. Now comes home, 3-1, misses high and up, ball 4. So now runners on first and second with 2 down. Big exhale for the new batter, Lee. 0 for 3 for him on the day. A couple of flyouts and grounded into a double play, but cashed in that 1 run in the top of the 5th. Whiteman's first pitch to him is a ball. So 1-0 now. Whiteman's 1-0 pitch swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. All right, well, just got word that is not Lee, that is Martinez, a pinch hitter here in the 5-hole. So 1-1 pitch to Martinez, taken for a ball, 2-1. Favorable count here for Martinez to cause some trouble for the A's here. Whiteman, though, trying to get out of this one. 2-1 pitch. Did he go? Umpire at home plate says yes, he did. 2-2. All right, so Whiteman and the Athletics 1 pitch away from being out of this little jam. Inversely, 1 swing of the bat could tie things up here for team victory. 2-2 pitch is down in the dirt. There goes Kumatomi to third. So now he is 90 feet away. Vasquez stays at first. Runners on the corners, full count. Now we reset the situation. Runner on the corners. 1 pitch away again from being out of this jam, or 1 pitch from Kumatomi easily coming in to score, or bases juiced. Runners on the move to second. Won't matter anyways. He would have had it on the walk. There goes Martinez down the first. He gets a walk in his pinch hit appearance. Vasquez is off to second. And now Whiteman has bases juiced against him. Coach Ethan Winter taking a slow walk out to the pitcher's mound to have a chat with his bullpen guy, Whiteman. Conference is over. We're back. Whiteman working on the new batter. This one's smacked out to right center field. That's going to be a base hit and 1 run for sure. Miller cuts it off, throws it into, and Yeaman is safe. RBI double for him. Ties things back up for team victory here. Clutch 2-out hitting. Not only does that tie things up, Kumatomi came in to score. Vasquez came to score from second. So team victory has retaken the lead here. First pitch in the dirt gets by Edens. Here he goes home. Edens unable to get it to Whiteman. That's another run across the board. 3 in this inning, and team victory's back up by 2. Count is 1-0 to the new batter, that is Hogan. Two and 0 now the count. Now 3-0. Whiteman looks to be losing touch with his pitches after those few runs come across the board. There is action going on in the bullpen for the Athletics, but A's coaches and players in general hoping that Whiteman could get through this last out here before having to resort bringing in a bullpen arm. That one was chopped foul. 3-1 is now the count to Hogan. Chopped foul once again, and Whiteman has battled back from 3-0 to 3-2. Count is full. In 0 for 2 today, grounded to second, flew out to center, but walked. And he walks again here. He'll take first base. Runners are back on the corners again for team victory. And Coach Wyatt Featherston has seen enough. He's coming out. There's going to be a new pitcher coming into the game. So they try to get Whiteman through 3 innings of work, but unable to do so. His day ends here. And new pitcher coming into the ballgame. So the new pitcher in for the A's is Matthew Lopez. Most recent appearance was up in Humboldt. He was on the mound for their extra innings loss on Saturday. Another pinch hitter here in this inning for team victory. It is Baraga. Runner coming down, beats him. Now he's in a pickle.
Yeah.
Watching for the runner at home. Now the throw comes home. He is safe. Well, they were able to coax the Athletics into a pickle here in between first and second. And the runner from third ended up coming home. Throw and tag was not in time. That's a score run for team victory here, 7-4. And the runner that was initially in the pickle is now at third base. That one is fouled back 1-2.
Yeah.
Lopez hangs a curveball on him, strike three looking. So that's the end of the inning, but a frustrating inning here for the Athletics. Couple of runs come across the score, but a bit of a mental error there. Tag the runner out in between first and second. Inning is over, but ended up trying to come home to get the lead runner. He's out, or he was safe, and that just adds an extra run on the board. Athletics now down 3 after taking the lead in the 6th inning, hoping to come back and rally here with the remaining innings left. First pitch of this bottom of the 7th, chopped foul behind home plate by Tyson Miller. 0-1 the count to him. A's were feeling good about themselves after taking the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning, but now they find themselves down 3. Big meeting going on the bullpen mound between, I reckon, the pitching staff. Not too sure what's going on down there, but A's are certainly not happy after what happened in that top of the 7th inning, including that miscue at second base. Chopped up the middle, shortstop has it, throws it over to first. Tyson Miller is out to start this inning. So one down here, George Smith, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. He is 2 for 3 today, two singles as a matter of fact, 2 RBI, single in the 5th. Looking to keep that production going here and spark something for the Athletics here in the bottom of the 7th. That 1-0 pitch taken for a ball, 2-0. Estrada still the pitcher on the mound for team victory. This will be his 2nd inning of work. This one's popped up. It's out of play. George Smith will reset and dig back into the batter's box with a 2-1 count. 2-1 pitch on the way, hammered to the shortstop, who gets it, sets, fires over to first, and that is another G6 in this inning. Back-to-back roundouts to the shortstop, 2 down, and Mikey Ramirez will be coming up. Ramirez 1 for 3 today, single in the sixth inning, stole 2 bases as well, but was cut down at home on a nice play and throw by the third baseman. He takes the first 2 pitches of his at bat, 2-0 now the count. This one hit down the line, fair ball, single for Ramirez. Make that a double as he's on the way to second. He's in there easily, 2-out double for Ramirez, and the A's got a little bit of something going on. Two outs now. Luke Navad is up. Hitless today, 2 strikeouts and a flyout to center field. First pitch he takes is a ball, 1-0. In the dirt, gets away from the catcher, but Ramirez stays put at second base. 2-0 now the count for Navad. Estrada takes a quick peek over at second, comes home now, fired, hammered down the 5-6 hole, base hit. Ramirez on the move, bobbled by the left fielder, so he's in to score easily. RBI single for Luke Navad. Athletics certainly needed that. They at least claw back 1 in this inning. Still down 2, but Parker Cristall looking to extend this inning. So here we go, 2 outs now. Navad settles in at first. Speaking of first base, Gabe Cazares is the base coach for this inning at first because Coach Winter was having some sort of team meeting with the pitchers over at the bullpen. So 0-1, 0-1's the count. Now it's 1-1 to Cristall. Cristall 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, but has walked twice and scored in the 6th. Takes that pitch down low, 2-1. Estrada sets, comes home, and this one looked to be an off-speed pitch that didn't really break. Just lost it at the top. 3-1 is the count. And this one wildly swung on and missed. 3-2. Cristall slaps his helmet, upset with himself on that one. Looked like he was looking for the seats there on that swing. His hand protector for when he's on base slipped out of his back pocket there. Umpire pointed out to him. So that explains the little quick pause there. Now he's back in the box. Full count, 3-2. Pitch on the way. Gets him swinging and missing on a pitch. Down and in. So that'll end the inning. Athletics were able to get one back there, but still down 2. And running out of time as we go to the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th, Matthew Lopez back out there for the Athletics, looking to hold this deficit to 2 runs. First pitch from him to Jaquez is in there for a strike. Jaquez 0 for 3 today with a ground out and a pair of flyouts. He takes that pitch down low, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch swung on him, missed on the outside part of the plate. Good stuff there from Lopez, 1 and 2. Lopez's 1-2 down the pipe, sent back where it came from, back down the middle into center field, drops in front of Miller, base hit. Leadoff single here for Jaquez, and top of the lineup coming up for team victory. So, top of the lineup, one hitter, Scotty Piper, digging in there. He has himself a bunt single his last time up. He has also walked and doubled. He takes that first pitch for a strike. Lopez now sets. Jaquez with a conservative lead at first, not going anywhere. That pitch on the outside part of the plate, but taken for a ball, 1-1. Lopez is 1-1, down, hard, strike, 1-2. This pitch belted out to right field, but Luke Ree's on it, going for the double here, but can't get it there in time. Crystal does good to field it on the hop and keep it from getting past him. Good hard contact there for Piper, but went right at Luke Ree. So one down now in the inning. Jaquez remains at first base, and Kumatomi is up. First pitch he sees is grounded to Sanders. This could be two. No, he bobbles it, has to eat it, nowhere to go with it. And he is having a rough one out there on the field.
Attaboy, Lopez! Good job, attaboy!
It's been a mixed bag here for Sanders. He got himself clutch 2-out base hit here to keep the rally going and take the lead in the sixth. Got himself a strange error in the first inning, but has paired together on some good double plays. But there's just another, and there's another unforced error as this one gets by Edens and to the backstop. So back-to-back unforced errors here for the A's has these runners set up on second and third now with one out. Lopez will try and pitch himself out of this jam, but this one is sent into foul territory. Parker Cristall trying to run for it. Does he have it? No, it drops fair. It's fair ball. So in comes Jaquez. Eden's unable to cut it off, gets to the third baseman, and Lopez tries to catch up with it, but there comes in another run and just sloppy fielding here from the A's right now. They are costing themselves the game right here with poor defense, and Lopez can't do anything but watch.
Now at number 30, now.
So that's a bloop single there for Farrell. He'll get to second, advancing on the throw there to home. And things are just starting to fall apart here for the Athletics. This one down in the dirt, ball one. Lopez's 1-0 pitch to George Smith, who fields it, checks on the runner at third, decides to go to first with it. Good pick from Cristall, 2 down. Runner advances to third on that ground ball from Vasquez, but A's will certainly take that out. Two down, Farrell at third. And this first pitch taken for a strike. It is Martinez who pinch hit last inning. Ball way upstairs, 1-1. So as mentioned, Martinez pinch hit last inning, and that resulted in a walk for him, and he scored. Pitch on the outside part of the zone. Good location there with it, but doesn't get the call. 2-1. Lopez comes set, coming home. 2-1, swing and a miss. Martinez's swing was off balance there. He was trying to chase it, couldn't catch up to it, and count is now 2-2. Lopez, 2-2, curveball, fouled to the screen. We'll do it again, 2-2. Swing and a miss there, gets him to chase on the low and outside pitch, and Lopez gets himself out of this inning. Nothing really his fault in this inning, just defense did not back him up and allowed 2 more runs to come score in this inning. A's are down 4 runs now, 9-5, as we are heading to the bottom of the 8th. A lot of work to do here for the A's if they want to try and come back and win this one. First pitch of this new inning is called a strike. Looks like our third base cam is down. Sorry about that, folks, but we still have ourselves home plate and first. Leadoff hitter is Luke Ree. He is down 1-2 in this at bat. Estrada still the pitcher for Team Victory, looking for his third inning of work. Ree evens up the count, 2-2 now. Ree has walked, flew out to the shortstop, grounded into fielder's choice and scored. This time he strikes out, 1 down. All right, DH Scott Mitchell coming up with 1 down. Had himself a single in the 7th inning, clutch one, and has also walked and scored. First pitch to him in the zone, strike 1. Estrada quickly working here. This one popped up into shallow center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Second baseman and center field couldn't catch up to that one, and yet another single for Scott Mitchell. One down, Brian Sanders, the second baseman coming up. Had a single in the 6th inning and contributed to them coming back momentarily. First pitch is a strike to Sanders. Oh, 1 pitch chopped foul towards the Team Victory on deck circle, 0-2. Estrada in a 0-2 count here. He likes that, and so does like that swing and a miss on that outside pitch. Strikeout for Sanders, his second one of the day, and 2 down now in this inning. So 2 strikeouts for Estrada in this inning, looking for a third or just in general getting out of this one with no runs on the board. Hayes Edens is the new batter. He is the catcher for the A's, and he is 0 for 3 today with a ground out and a couple of fly balls. Count is 1-1 to Edens. Estrada coming home, swing and a miss on that slider, 1-2. 2 down now and 2 strikes. We'll keep an eye on Mitchell to see if he decides to run. He doesn't, then that one curves into the strike zone. Edens gets rung up, and he will sit down with a backwards K on that one. So base hit for Mitchell, but otherwise ineffective inning for the Athletics. 3 outs on 3 strikeouts for Estrada, and the A's are down to 3 outs to get some magic going here and come back.
Gabriel Flores.
Top of the 9, last ups, most likely for Team Victory. It is Flores that's hitting in Yemen's spot now. First pitch he sees is a strike, 0-1. Flores was the starter for yesterday's game. Matthew Lopez is the pitcher for the Athletics remaining out there. And this one's chopped over to Sanders at second, throws over to Crystal at first. Routine, 1 out. Team Victory unloading the bench here. This is Burns in for Hogan. Getting everybody some playing time here. This one's ripped up the middle, base hit. Miller comes in to field it, throws it into second, keeps it a single, but Burns with a pinch hit single to in the top of the ninth.
Now,
Braga coming up now. He replaced Gutierrez in the seventh inning. He struck out in that one, so second at bat, looking for a better outcome. First pitch is skied into left field. Ramirez settles under it. He's got it. And back to first base goes Burns. Even with that single from Burns and base runner, quickly two down now. And it is the 9-hitter, Jaquez. Swing and a miss. Lopez challenged him down the pipe and got the miss. 0-1. Lopez is 0-1 on the way. It's a curveball, drops in there. Strike 0-2. Oh, 2, Uncle Charlie gets him swinging and missing. Lopez strikes him out. And quick inning of work there for him. So, bottom of the ninth coming up for the A's. And they have a lot of work to do if they want to come back and either extend this game or win. They are down 4, 3 outs to go until this one is done and dusted. All right, make it a regular time here for the A's. First pitch is called strike 2. The leadoff hitter, Tyson Miller. He rips this one over the second baseman's head. That'll drop in for a single and nothing more as the right fielder quickly throws it in. So good positive start here for the A's as Miller gets it going. He'll settle into first. George Smith coming in now. Has himself 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Would be happy to contribute to that number more. Estrada is still the pitcher on the mound, looking for 4 innings of work at this point. First pitch to Smith, taken, slider outside, 1-0. This pitch called a strike, 1-1. Estrada's third pitch to Smith, ripped out to left field. That's another base hit. And Miller's going to hold up at second, but A's are putting balls in play and getting some singles. So they have a little bit of life here in the bottom of the ninth. All right, Mikey Ramirez up, 2 runners on base, no outs. Something is cooking for the Athletics. Still going to take a heck of an effort to claw back in this one, down 4, but they are on the right track so far. This pitch outside, 1-0. No action going on in the Team Victory bullpen, so Estrada is in it for the long haul. Couple peeks over at Miller at first, comes home, slider in the dirt, good block from the catcher, 2-0. Two 0 pitch, catches the outside corner, strike. Estrada's 2-1 pitch, just a little too low. Good discipline, good eye from Ramirez, 3-1. Estrada in a bit of trouble here. No outs, runners on first and second, and he's 1 pitch away from walking Ramirez, but that won't matter. That's a base hit down the left field line. That's going to cash in Miller. Smith on the run. He's going to come home. He gets the signal from Coach Ben. Come on home. He does. There he is. And 2 runs on that RBI double from Mikey Ramirez. And the A's have life here in the bottom of the ninth. Well, 3 straight hits here for the A's, and that 2 RBI double prompts a visit at the mound. And I mentioned nobody was in the bullpen for Team Victory, but that's not going to matter. Estrada's day is done. He's coming off the mound, new pitcher coming in, and the A's are threatening to come back and either tie or win this game. Action-packed here, and don't go anywhere. I'll get that new pitcher number for you, and a lot more action to come with a runner on second, no outs.
It's 12 versus 12. Out number 12.
This one is bunted foul into the screen. 0-1. The new batter is Luke Navad. And I know I'm not speaking necessarily to a nation or anything, but there is some news report to the music world. A music legend has passed away on this day. Brian Wilson, one of the founders of the Beach Boys, has passed away. Pretty crazy since I was listening to the Beach Boys this morning, but this one is absolutely hammered out to left field, but caught, and no advancement from Mikey Ramirez, so that's the first out. Anyways, thought it was good to report that since I had knowledge of that. Sad news certainly today. Beach Boys, well renowned, just songs that anybody could put on and enjoy to. Just crazy that I was listening to the Beach Boys today. No idea that that would happen, but was listening to all the good hits on the way into the ball field today. Anyways, there is one out now. That curveball gets way away from the pitcher up high, ball one. So we'll reset for this scenario. There's one down. Mikey Ramirez is at first. The A's are now down two after Mikey Ramirez's 2 RBI double. Parker Cristall is the new batter. He takes that pitch for a strike. Another lefty is on the mound for team victory. And it is Burns. He yanks that one low and inside, ball two. Burns came in to pinch hit for Hogan in the 7 hole an inning ago, and now he finds himself in a heck of a situation on the mound trying to save the win for team victory. Cristall hits this a ton, but it's out of play. Foul ball 2-2. Ripped to the shortstop. Ramirez holds up at second base. Throw over to the first baseman, but he can't dig it out. So just put it in play and see what happens. Parker Cristall found that out. Throw was low from the shortstop, and first baseman couldn't dig it out. Runners on first and second. I'm going to rule that an E6, but look at that. Tying runner is Cristall at first. Winning run is Luke Reed, who is batting right now. First pitch he takes in his at-bat is a strike, 0-1. Second pitch of the at-bat from Burns is chopped to the shortstop. Could be two. Oh, it eats him up. Goes over his head. Here comes Ramirez in to score. It's a one-run game. Well, that was entirely bizarre. It's going to get ruled as a hit for Reed, as the shortstop didn't touch it at all. But how bizarre. Might have took a weird hop on the cut of the grass, but shortstop was peeled on that one, bounced right over him. And the A's just keep finding ways to keep this inning alive and possibly come back to tie or win. So Scott Mitchell's up now. First pitch to him is a strike, 0-1. Well, this team looked flat and dead for the last couple innings, but they have awakened. Dugout is loud right now, and they are on the precipice of having a heck of a comeback here in the bottom of the ninth. Burns checks at second, now comes home. This is ripped up the 5-6 hole base hit from Scott Mitchell, but the runner Cristall's going to hold at third, and now bases are juice for the Athletics with one down. Heck of a situation here, folks. Bases loaded, one out. Extra base hit could win them the game. Brian Sanders digging in, and he could right those wrongs of his tough fielding today and get himself a walk-off hit. He takes the first pitch for a strike. He does have a hit today and walk to score, but a couple of strikeouts today, continuing a high strikeout rate for him. Second pitch on the way, down low, 1-1. So the runners on base, Crystal at third, Ree at second, and Mitchell at first. This one taken up and out. No way, somebody says from the Athletics dugout. Enthusiastically, 2-1's the count. 5 hits in this inning for the Athletics. What a time to turn it up here. Popped foul out of play, 2-2. Burns' 2-2 pitch on the way up, and Sanders lays off of that one. Full count. Nowhere to put Sanders here for Burns. Here's the payoff pitch. It is blasted out to right field. That's going to be extra base hits. That's going to be a walk-off, folks. Here comes Crystal. Here comes Ree. And the A's have done it. They have walked it off here. Unbelievable. No doubt about it. PA announcer says somehow, some way they win it. No kidding. Crystal came in to score. Ree came in to score, and that is it. First walk-off win for the Athletics this year. And goodness gracious, what a way to claw back after what was looking like they had given away the win with some poor defense, lazy defense. But they have stormed back to win on 10 runs, 14 hits, and 5 errors. That's the big number. That's unbelievable with how they came back and won. Team Victory are going to be shaking their heads, wondering how this one got away from them. 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, and they have dropped both games to the Athletics now. So Athletics improved to 10-4 on the year. Home field vibes is really helping them out after a rough road trip. So 2 wins in a row for them and 4 more home games for this week. It is going to be a one-off with VSA tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then a weekend series against TKB Collegiate Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All games are 9 a.m. except for that Sunday game. It'll start 1 hour earlier at 8 a.m. So that's going to do it here from Chukchansi Park. Thank you to the Rockies and the Grizzlies for allowing us to play on this beautiful ballpark. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this wild one and a walk-off win courtesy of Brian Sanders' clutch double there. We will see you tomorrow.